If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Well, welcome back everybody to another exciting episode of Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Well, my friends, you're looking at the guitar neck off of a guitar that I'm affectionately calling Walter. Yeah, guys, Walter is a Firefly FFTL that I purchased recently because you all wanted to see a Firefly come through the shop, Jack. Yeah, guys, so we did copacetically unbox and offer some first impressions of this guitar. We did go under the hood of this guitar, and in today's episode, we're going to tackle these frets, baby. Yeah, old Walter's got some fret issues, but we're about to handle all that up, so if you fancy an adventure with a guitar neck, why don't you run on out to the kitchen, grab yourself a Diet Coke and some popcorn. Come on, man, get your snacks, baby. We got work to do. Let's get into it. Well, all right, my friends, we've got a couple things to do with the old guitar neck of Walter. A couple things. One thing that we need to do is I do need to copacetically lube these tuning machine heads. Guys, those are dry as a bone. And for those of you who hung out with me during the unboxing and first impressions vid, I'm used to locking tuners, being able to deinstall that completely. But I am not able to do that, my friends. And the challenge with that is that I'd like to get a little bit of lube in there. Generally speaking, with a locking tuner, I should just be able to flip that. And that locking mechanism would just spin right on out. These are, man, they're kind of touch and go. I'm just opening them up because I'm about to shoot some lube up in there, jig. So yeah, they get about to right there and they just stop. Now I could force it. I did that in the unboxing and first impressions vid. I was able to get one out, but it was a lot of work and I don't see the need to do that. The other thing that I always do when I get new tuners, I always take a screwdriver, particularly if when you turn a machine head like that. Now this has got all kind of play in it, man. I don't like that. You can try to take a screwdriver and tighten that up a little bit. That didn't do a thing to this. It's still, yeah, it's still kind of slipping, guys. I don't think these are great tuners. That's just my opinion, man. Guys, look, man, I don't have anything against Firefly guitars. I really don't. This guitar was $199. I did get a refund because I did have some challenges with it. You want to see those challenges, you can go back and watch. Just look in the description below, find the playlist. The keyword would be Walter and you'll find that jig. So I'm just snugging these up. Shout out Snug, man. I hope you're doing great, brother. Hope you're writing some cool new music, man. Yeah, guys. Man, I had a great day today. Today is Sunday. My brother Strings and Pucks has started a live acoustic set on Sunday mornings. He was doing Christmas hymns today. Man, it was just fabulous music. A lot of you were hanging out there. I'm otherwise engaged on Sunday mornings, but I did have it turned on. I was up at the church just getting ready for service and stuff like that. And so, yeah. Let me move this neck out the way, Jake. So guys, the way I'm lubing tuners at this season of my journey is with multi-purpose synthetic grease, i.e. Super Lube. I got it on the Zon. I don't know if that's right side up for you or that's right side up. So any way you slice it, how about we do it that way, Jake? So I have put some Super Lube in a syringe, and I'm just going to take this syringe right here, and I'm just going to fill this. I'm just going to cram some lube in there into those gears, Jack. I just don't see the need not to have those gears lube, man. I'm going to try to get some on the shaft of that screw in there. Maybe we can get some lubage in there. I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to do my best to get some lube in those gears, man. I don't like, there we go. That's a little bit better. I just want to be able to lock that and it not be a fight, you know what I'm saying? So where's my string winder? So what I do, guys, is I fill it up with lube like you just saw, and I just cram it in there, man. My dear brother Chris over BCG 5150 says you just need to keep cramming, so I'm cramming that lube up in there, baby. And then what I do is I take my little string winder on my Amazon basic rotary electric screwdriver, that is. It does have torque adjustments. I'm gonna go about medium here, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of this right here. And all I'm trying to do, guys, is work that grease down into that gear. I don't know, does that do anything? I like to think it does. Oh man. Yeah, guys, so anyway about that. So I'm just going to repeat that process until I've got all these lubed up, Jack. Now, guys, somebody might say that I shouldn't be using an electric drill on a machine head tuner doohickey. It's a technical term. It is a technical term. But just the way I'm doing it, guys. Feel free to put it in the comments, guys, for real, man. I am not trying to be a bonehead or a knucklehead or any other kind of head, man. I'm just doing what I know to do, man, for my own procedures and processes. None of this is prescriptive, guys. I say it in almost every video, man. I'm not a luthier. I'm not a professional, and all this channel has ever been is one man's journey with guitars and life, and I'm glad you're on it, Jack. Yeah, let's see. Timestamp the video for you. Sparky got a Stumac cigar box guitar. Yeah, man, interesting stuff. Brant is working on his Acklot LP finishing job. The Ubi got a special gift in the mail the other day from several of us. Ub, all I can tell you, man, is that you are well loved and appreciated, brother. You and Brandy are a huge part of our little guitar community, and we are better because you're on the journey with us, Jack. Yeah, man. I mean that with my whole heart, Ub. Really, really do. Guys, check out the Ubi's channel. If you don't sub over there, go check him out, Jack. Tell him I sent you. That and a quarter will get you absolutely nothing. Well, that's a lot of lubage, man. That's a whole lot of lubage in that one. Too much lubage? I don't know. Is that a thing? Can you use too much? I don't know. I don't think so. All right, my friends, our tuners have been lubed. That is step one of the process that I want to accomplish today. I'm wondering, guys, put in the comments, man, if I were to get some nylon washers and add one, would that take the slack out? This one's actually pretty good, but there's a couple of these, man. They are super, super slacky. Yeah, this one right here, man, is kind of janky. So guys, this is my subjective opinion, okay? I'm not saying that all Firefly tuners are subpar. Please don't put words in my mouth, man. What I'm talking about is just my experience with what I've got in front of me. And these tuners, I'm gonna go with not great, Jack. All right, I'm gonna set the tuners to the side. I'm gonna put up my Lube syringe, Jack, and my Super Lube. And we're gonna assess this guitar neck one more time. I have copacetically leveled the guitar neck. I'm gonna put my Music Nomad tool back in this box, Jack. How long am I gonna keep that tool in that box? I don't know, guys. I'm under the impression that that's helpful. Keep it from getting all scratched and dinged up and jacked up, because, you know, it's Ted being Ted, baby. Yeah, man. Funny story, man. You don't hear my chair squeaking in this video. That is not, J-Man, because I oiled my chair. No, my friends. It is not. It is because my daughter went on a walk the other day. Yeah, she was walking Riggins. Yeah, old Rig, man. And while she was walking Riggins, there was a gentleman down the street who had 4 stools sitting on the curb, man. And where we live in the great state of Texas, man, you just put kind of stuff you don't want out on the front lawn, and people who want it come by and get it. And if they don't get it, then the city comes by and gets that nonsense after a while, Jake. So yeah, so she decided that those stools could be used around the shop, which I really appreciated. Thank you, Gladys. And in addition to that, my friends, 2 of those are kind of wonky, broken, and thus why they were outside. And I'm actually going to make a little workbench table for when I do routing. Please don't route anything else. I know, right? For my outside work, I need a little bit of table action. Guys, I'm going to check these frets one more. Yeah, guys, the last time we looked at Walter, I did have 4 frets that needed adjustment. So let me put my truss rod tool away. I'm going to put it with the cable and the Allen key that came with this guitar for the saddles on the off chance that I put Walter out on the marketplace. Guys, I thought about doing a little experiment. You know, I keep seeing this great debate about whether or not Firefly guitars have any resale value. Here's what I thought. I thought, what if we get Walter up to snuff? So I've got 2 frets right there. And after we get Walter up to snuff, man, what if I just put him out on the marketplace to see what would happen? Oh, wow. We got a bonus high fret, Jake. All right. I either did not see that the first go around or something has happened, man. What do you guys think about that idea, man? And in case you're thinking, yeah, but Ted, then you'd be 1 telecaster down. Well, my friends, I've got a couple telecasters coming to the shop, baby. Yeah, man, I do. Oh, man. Guys, I'm going to have to level all these frets, Jack, and I'm only saying that because that means I'm going to tape this board up on the off chance that I want to keep that good looking guitar neck. I do think it's a good looking neck, guys. I really do. I ain't got no problem with the way the neck looks. All right, my friends. So here's what I'm going to do, Jack. I've got to tape this board up. I don't have to. In fact, I might not. I'll make that determination here in a minute, okay? Let me just walk through the SOP with you, okay? I may or may not tape the board up. When I'm done taping the board, or I'll just get started, I am unfortunately going to have to level all of the frets. These are stainless steel frets, by the way. There's 22 of them. Let me give you a couple of specky things just to make sure that I've covered it. I think I mentioned it in Under the Hood, but on the off chance you didn't catch that or I didn't state everything as clearly as I should have. This is a guitar neck from a Firefly Classic series. And I think that this guitar neck was used. You can see all, I don't know what that love mark is all up there. Looks like somebody tried to sand that off. I don't know why they would do that, but that's the way it looks to me. And yeah, so Walter is a Firefly Classic Series guitar. The truss rod is copacetically in the heel, as I've mentioned. Walter has 22 stainless steel frets, and you know, it has a rounded ball end frets. I heard Torsten talking about this the other day in one of his Now You're in the Loop vids. How ball end frets, you're always going to feel them a bit more than regular kind of beveled frets, whether they're stainless steel or nickel, wouldn't matter. But it feels different than beveled frets. Okay, you just feel the bumps. You know, it's just something to get used to. It's not a big deal one way or another. It doesn't really affect play. It's just one of those things that guitar players either get used to or they don't, Jack. All right, so at the first fret, we're at 20.8. We are also at 20.8 on the 12th fret. That is an unusual, I found that to be unusual. Usually on a guitar neck, the 12th fret will be a little bit thicker than the first fret. In other words, it'll kind of broaden out as it goes up the neck. This neck does not. And it's a pretty guitar neck, isn't it, guys? Look at that, man. Look at that popping. You see that? Man, that is really cool. Now I am going to cope it. Well, I'm not going to take the stickers off because again, I think the experiment is going to be to put Walter on the marketplace to see what happens. But you can just tell, man, the quality control stuff with Firefly. I mean, here's a, you see that? It's kind of a little jacked up on this hole right there. Extra piece of neck out. You can tell they've had to cram this in that guitar body, or somebody did. I don't know, Jack. Yeah, so about that. And I don't think I mentioned, guys, in the Under the Hood vid or any previous vid that this does have Abalone, or is it Abalonian? I don't know, guys. Put in the comments. Feel free to correct me, Jack. And yeah, man, I think they look pretty cool. All right. So yeah, kind of cool looking. All right, guys, so this is a 12-inch radius board. I'm pretty sure I said that, but let me check. I don't know why I didn't write it down, man. That's really wild. Let me just verify that, Jake. I'm gonna use my Music Nomad radius gauge. Yep. All right, guys, I have confirmed this is a 12-inch radius guitar neck. Now, I have asked Santa Claus, well, let's just say Santa Claus and I are having a conversation about whether or not I should buy a flat leveling beam or replace my level, which Carlos did copacetically jack up. Oh, who am I kidding? Carlos didn't do anything. I did it because I'm a bonehead, Jack. But yeah, guys, so for right now, though, what I'm going to use, I'm going to get out my Geiger 12-inch radius block. And while I'm getting my Geiger 12-inch radius block out, I'm also going to copacetically grab some 320 grit sand. I'm also going to get out some gloves here, Jack, because I'm going to glove up for the fretwork. Yeah, I don't think I want to scratch that board up, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and tape it up. Now, this nut, man, they say that's a bone nut. That looks more like what a plastic nut looks like when it's been filed out. You see how wide? Can you see how wide this one is in comparison? Guys, I think somebody owned this guitar. I think they tried to do some work to it. I don't really know. Now, do I need that to be a bone nut? Well, I guess I don't, particularly if I'm going to try to sell Walter. I don't really care what kind of nut it has on it. And truthfully, guys, look, man, if you got a plastic nut in your guitar, if that nut is copacetic, baby, you ain't got to replace everything, Jack. You don't have to be that guy that says, well, it's got to be a bone nut or it's not a real guitar. No, man, look. Guys, if it works for you, baby, that's all that matters. So I copacetically have my 320 grit sandpaper. I have my 12-inch Geiger sanding beam. And I'm not going to go into the whole discourse about using a radius sanding beam on frets versus a flat beam. I'm just going to let everybody know that I am considering getting one of those. I do need to clean this first, and I'll be doing that kind of off camera a little bit, because if I've got any kind of sticky buildup here from past sandpaper adhesive, it could cause a bump in that, and I want that to be perfectly radius. So I will be gloving up. I'll probably put a little bit of naphtha on this just to kind of get that sticky off of there. Then I'll put the 320 on the sanding beam. I'm going to go ahead and tape the board up, guys, because I don't have any need to deal with the edges of these frets. I don't have any sharpness. This one has a little bit of weirdness on it. It's not sharp, but it catches my finger just a little bit. I don't care for that very much. But so yeah, guys, I'm going to tape up the board. I'm going to clean my radius block. I'm going to put 320 on it. I'm going to level every fret on this guitar neck. When I'm done doing that, I will re-tape. I will tape over the 11th fret with several pieces of tape. And the reason that I do that is because 320 sandpaper will rip through painter's tape pretty quickly. So I always put about 3-4 ply of tape over the 11th fret. Then I'm going to mark 12 through 22 again, and I'm going to follow those down so that I get a little bit of a taper on the back frets, okay? All right, guys, that's what I'm going to do. I guess what I'll do for you, because I love you, is do that in a little bit of fast forward action. And who doesn't love a good theme song, Jack? All right, guys, stand by. Hey, guys, before I do this, did I show you this fun right here? Look at all that, Jack. What is that, man? Is that a QC issue? Or is that somebody that had this guitar, didn't know what they were doing? Try to cram it in there. Same thing with that. And I don't think I put a black Sharpie mark on there. Maybe I did when I was marking frets. I sure don't think so. Anyway, now I'm going to start. I forgot to mention that the way I'm going to start the extravaganza, I'm going to put a strip of tape down either side of this fingerboard. And I'm going to do 2, even though I'm not going to do a lot of end work here, although I will take my sandpaper, pass it a couple times, because this first fret is catching my finger just a little bit, and I want that to be smooth, Jack. So we'll be doing that. So I'm going to put 2 down the sides, 2 ply of tape, and then I'm going to go over the fingerboard, and that's going to help me when I go to pull tape up. I should be able to pull the long side and catch most of those pieces of tape and be able to go over the top. All right, guys, now fast forward as I promised. Hit it, Teddy.
If it's a day called today, come rain, sleet, or snow, we're talking guitars and a life jack. Get your popcorn and Diet Coke and come on to the show. Let's go. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. What's the point? It's Tuesday night. Ted's talking guitars and life. Hey. If it's a day called today, another guitar, some stories, and a video. Lots of cool folks are gathering in the comment section. Get your beverage, your favorite snack, and come on to the show. Let's go. Come on, Jack. Get up to get down. Let's get into it. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. Ted Talks Guitars and Life. What's the point? It's Tuesday night. Ted's talking guitars and life. Come on, Jack, get your guitar straight.
Well, all right, my friends, we have copacetically leveled those guitar frets. We did crown those guitar frets. We did polish those guitar frets. And now I'm just going to apply a little bit of cleaner to that fingerboard. Well, guys, man, I can't thank y'all enough for hanging out with me on another crazy adventure talking about guitars and life. Man, I pray, guys, that whatever it is you're doing today, baby, that you're surrounded by people who love and affirm you, Jack. You feel what I'm saying, man? Yeah, guys, people who get you, man. Yeah, people who support you and champion you in all things guitars and life. And man, that's what you guys are for me on this channel. I know I say it a lot, guys. I mean it with my whole heart, Jack. You being on these journeys with me means the world to me, guys. It really, really does. Yeah, man. Absolutely right. Community is a good thing, my friends, and you guys make me want to be a better version of myself, man. You really, really do. This guy's using his fingers. Yeah, I'm using my fingers, man. That's why the good Lord gave me fingers, baby, to caress a fingerboard. That's why they call it a fingerboard jig. Yeah, guys, so let's see. In this video, we did copacetically lube some tuners. We did try to make those as taut as we could, those machine heads. I still have a couple that are slipping a little bit on me. And guys, I'm not really going to know if I need to replace those tuners until I reinstall them on Walter, and I spend a little bit of quality time with the guitar over the next couple of days, man. I really need to see if we're going to need to replace those or not. And that's the only way that you can really tell if you need to replace tuners, man. As much as I've said about these tuners, and I don't think they're great tuners, man. I'll stand by that statement. However, I could come back to you in a few days and say, you know what, guys, I was wrong about Walter's tuners, man. They really did work out all right for us. And guys, if that is the case, I will tell the truth and shame the devil, my friends. Yeah, guys, I really, really will. So I'm putting a little bit of Dunlap Fretboard Ultimate Lemon Oil 65 on that bad boy. And I did clean that with some 01 Dunlap cleaner and prep, my friends. I sure did. Well, guys, I guess the only thing left to do with old Walter now, Jack, is to come back in the next one and, yeah, man, work on the body of Walter. We've got a couple of things to do to the body. Primarily, guys, you may remember if you've been on the journey with me that we did copacetically have some weird electronic issues with Walter. The bridge pickup is reading in at like 5.4 or something like that, and the middle and the neck are weighing in at 8.4. That doesn't seem copacetically right to me. I did check, J-Man, by the way. Thank you, brother, for your suggestion. I did make sure that my meter was legit and that I was using it properly. That was a really big help to me, brother, just for me to check that out. And so I did copacetically check that out, my friends. I did mention there's a little bit of roughness on the back of this neck right there. You can't see it. I have to close my eyes to feel it. So I may be taking, oh, okay, there you go. If you look really close, you can see some dents right there. Do you guys see those? Yeah, man. I don't know if you can see those dents or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish dents. Yep. So I'll take some 2500 of that, see if I can't level that out. Guys, I'm not being picky, man. I just don't want to feel that when I'm playing the guitar. So, well, my friends, like I said, we'll come back in the next one. We'll handle the electronics of old Walter. Then we will put Walter back together like Humpty Dumpty, Jack. And then we will copacetically set Walter up to my player preferences. We'll have a grand finale where I'll play old Walter, offer my final thoughts, and then we might, guys, put in the comments, I'm serious about this, man. I might just throw Walter up on Marketplace just to see if a Firefly guitar has any resale value. I know that's a heated debate. I know a lot of people are talking about that. It's one of the reasons why people say don't buy a budget guitar, because budget guitars have no resale value. Now, guys, I've been really, really fortunate. I've got a couple guitars on the Marketplace right now that have been there a little bit longer than some of my other guitars have. but they're really homemade paint job type guitars. I'm talking about Frankie. Shout out Frankie, who loves you, baby, and the parts caster. So if I can't ever sell those guitars, that's all right, my friends. I will keep them around the shop for prosperity. I wonder if I can clean that little bit of nonsense off the top of that headstock while I'm just here talking about guitars and life with my friends, Jack. But guys, man, I mean it with my whole heart. I can't thank y'all enough for spending any time at all with me tonight. What is nighttime for me? I don't know what time of day it is where you are, my friends. Put in the comments and let me know. I'd love to know where you are and what time of day it is. Don't give away your address. Steve wouldn't like that. Shout out, Steve. I don't know what that is, man. I cannot get that off. I cannot budge that. You see how it looks like somebody sandpapered that? Guys, that's either really bad QC or somebody owned this guitar and jacked with it, Jack, which is what I think the case was. Anyway, we'll see if we can resell Walter. If you guys think that'd be a good experiment, baby, put it in the comments to let me know. Hey guys, special shout out to the Jacks, our channel members, for all your love, support, encouragement, and constant edification. Man, oh man, you guys are the best. Yeah, I think old Walter cleaned up pretty good. What do you guys think? Yeah, man. Those frets are ready to rock and roll, and so am I, Jack. All right, Walter, I'm coming for you, baby. I'm coming for you. As always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, man, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Rock on with your bad selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.